Peace Sunday, lovely people. I hope you've had a spectacular weekend. It is more than hot. It's like the fiery pits of hell here on the, I guess it's the southeast coast of Mexico. Bloody hot, mate. Bloody hot. Into the 40s, pretty much. Real feel thermic, whatchamacallits, every single day, well into the mid 40s. Absolutely killing me. And oh, I really, really wish I had a job a little bit closer to the sea. So I think we should visit 3 youngly ladies that have a job a little bit closer to the sea. We're going down the road to Puerto Morelos to meet Emily, Angela, and Addis to talk about We Love the Sea, a non-profit organisation based here in Mexico. But I think first we should watch a little bit of them in action.
Hola, somos We Love the Sea. Somos una fundación sin fines de lucro. Estamos empoderando a la nueva generación para convertirse en defensores del océano y ayudar a salvar a nuestros mares enfermos. Uno de nuestros propósitos es poder compartir información de valor de una forma que nuestros niños y jóvenes puedan empatizar con su oportunidad y derecho de tener un planeta sano, y mediante la biología marina, el arte y actividades de conexión con el mar, ellos vayan conociendo la salud de nuestros océanos. Hoy, We Love the Sea está tomando acción con nuestros guerreros del mar y ellos están haciendo todo lo posible para ayudar a limpiar nuestras playas locales. Están conectando con la naturaleza y empatizando con ella. Hemos creado también una campaña para difundir que nuestra playa es libre de bloqueador solar, ya que en su gran mayoría los protectores solares dañan al arrecife, y a escasos metros tenemos al hermoso Parque Nacional Arrecifes de Puerto Morelos. Nos encontramos en el Caribe mexicano, en Puerto Morelos, Playa del Carmen y Cancún. Tu pequeño puede ser parte del programa escolar Guerrero del Mar y convertirse en un embajador del océano. O incluso tú puedes apoyar a un pequeño marino local a ser parte del curso con nuestro programa de patrocinador.
We love the sea! We love the sea!
Absolutely amazing. But before we meet the 3 ladies, let's go for a quick commercial break. Hey guys, I wanted to take this opportunity to let you know about the Jaden Show commercial break starting now. This is amazing news because now every single week you have a couple of minutes to be able to advertise something you want to advertise. So if you have a business, if you have an event coming up, if you have a new album, art gallery, or anything you want to particularly advertise on a show, this is your chance to do it. March and April 2024, the advertisements are free, so please let me know. Get in touch to me on Jaden Cornelious at AOL.com. It will be wonderful to hear from you. If you are a charity or a charitable organization or a non-profit and you are advertising something with regards to that, then always your advertising is free. So let me know. You will need to send me between a 1 and 2 minute video around that time, if possible, something that you want to advertise, and I will fit it into this spot. Get on. I'll see you soon. Take care. Okay, I've kept you waiting long enough. Let's go and meet this week's The Jaden Show guests, Angela Warrior and her team, Emily and Addis, who are part of the non-profit organisation We Love the Sea. Let's go and chat with them. Angela and team, We Love the Sea. How are you?
Ooh, very good, thank you. Thank you so much.
You've actually probably got the best job now in the world with this kind of bloody heat.
Yeah, we get to spend quite a bit of time in the water, so we're very happy.
Yeah, it must be dreadful. Angela, introduce your team and tell me a little bit how you kind of met and how it got formed.
Yeah, I'm Angela. I'm a marine biologist from the UK. I'm also a shark scientist. I'm the founder of We Love the Sea. We Love the Sea is a Mexican registered nonprofit that is focused on educating the next generation about the importance of the ocean and how they can protect it. So I'm the founder, Emily and Addis are both co-founders. So.
Hi, I'm Emily, and I met Angela through We Love the Sea. I was interested in her ability to work with the next generations that are up and coming. I have come from Los Angeles, California. What is on your hat right now? La La Land. And I am a retired makeup artist who was also a makeup instructor. So my background is art, and I have found a new way of expressing in the sand. So I teach the children how to create sand sculptures on the animals that we're learning about.
Amazing.
Yeah. See, hi, my name is Addis. I born here in Mexico, in Veracruz, and I met Angela like 1 year ago, and pues then I start to assist to the classes, and now we are friends, and now we are partners in this partners in crime.
That's amazing. So are you the only one that has like the kind of scientific background with regards to the sea, or but you're all just complete lovers of the ocean and how desperately important it is?
Yeah, and they're both super, super passionate, and we all do pretty much the same amount of, we put so much into the classes, and even though I have the science background, the girls have a lot of knowledge about the ocean as well. So.
Fantastic. How do you see, I mean, how do you see the kids kind of changing? Do you see them as becoming a little bit more knowledgeable and respectful, or are they like, oh man, it's the sea and the sand, we're loving this, we don't give a shit?
I think, Addis, you want to talk about Mexican kids, how they're changing? Like, we have regular boys that come, so maybe Addis can talk a little bit about them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there is a big change since they enter into the class. We have like 6 Mexican kids that they are coming every Sunday with us, and right now they are more awareness about the ocean and what is happening in the world. Even the parents, they are more conscious about all of this.
Yeah. So we have these boys that come every week, and they're very passionate. And we've done some campaigns recently. We've done like a no SPF, no sunscreen in on the reef. We've done like a global campaign with Empty the Tanks. And the kids are just very, 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 very into it. And they have a lot of ideas to bring to the table when we're talking about what we can do for the campaigns. And they're very proud to be a part of it. Because we have a lot of kids that come in and out. We have tourists, we have expats, but these guys are like they're part of We Love the Sea now. So we see them advancing, their knowledge is advancing, but also you can see their passion as well increasing every time, especially when we get them in the water, because I think that for them is like the most physical connection to the ocean. So it has the most impact.
And something important is that they are sharing the knowledge with the other kids and in the schools.
Yeah. This is what I was going to ask. Does it go back to their family? Because I know from being in Mexico for 7 years, it's a very different mentality that Mexicans have. Not every Mexican, but I've seen it I'm generalizing, but how Mexicans view animals, insects, birds, and especially things of the sea. My ex, who's Mexican, has said, "Oh my God, like everything in your garden, I've already eaten." And I'm like, but that's a chachalaca. You can't eat a chachalaca. And so, I know in Yucatan, my partner was so shocked that there were chachalacas and chareques and mapaches hanging around, because in the state of the Yucatan, everything was eaten. I know by doing lots of dog rescue that having, how people see and view having a pet dog is very different to how maybe a British, they become our family and they are spoiled like they would be a kid. I also know Mexicans that do exactly the same, so I'm not generalizing, but I know with some of the older generation, to get them to feel, to get them to be passionate about another sentient life force outside of a human or their own, their family, their church, is quite an achievement to get that done, right?
I think so. What do you think, Alice? Do you want to answer that question? No. So we have, so with the boys bring their mums, and their mums are with us every week as well, and they form like this really nice little social group. And one of the mums, Blanca, she said to me that she's lived here, like near the coast, for almost all of her life, and it was the first time that she'd gone snorkeling when she came with us.
Wow.
Her boys come every week, Nathan and Benji, and they love the water. They really love to be in the water, and Blanca was so afraid of it, and now she also comes in the water and she loves it, and she's improving every week as well, and her fear is kind of disappearing. But so it's also having an impact on the parents. And we have other parents that are taking some swimming lessons with Emily. Emily's a swim instructor.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So the parents want to be in the water with their kids as well, but they're scared of the water. So then they're taking some lessons and spending time with Emily and like improving their water skills, basically. So it's definitely having an impact on the parents too.
That's amazing.
Their self-confidence. Yeah, their self-confidence is starting to become more aware. And when we think of passion, it's a form of awareness. The children are really connecting through the awareness of the cycle of life, the circle of life, with animals and the humans interacting together in a balanced and healthy way, which is really awesome. Yeah.
I did watch a documentary a while ago about, and I'm pretty sure it was Baja, California, but I could be wrong, and how basically it was getting overfarmed, overfished, and basically everything was, the reefs were being, no, not the reef, but basically the fish populations were being destroyed there. And then a group of people like yourselves basically showed them that how the sea life could actually generate more income alive than it could dead. And now they're doing glass bottom boat tours, and actually I'm pretty sure it became like a protected environment or something, and it's completely changed around. The fish population has increased tenfold, and all because some people like yourselves are real passionate about the health and well-being of that environment.
Well, I mean, so there's a lot of projects kind of popping up like that now, where because it's very obvious that fish populations are decreasing very quickly, because we're overfishing the oceans. And so in a few years, there won't be as many fish to sell, to eat. And so it makes sense to find an alternative livelihood for them. And I was working with some fishermen in Isla Mujeres who used to be shark fishermen. And so now they've changed from being shark fishermen to being their own having their own ecotourism.
Wow.
Because shark tourism brings in billions every year. And so it makes sense when you see a population is decreasing, and there's a lot of competition with fishing as well, and there's a lot of illegal fishing as well as legal fishing, and it's just a never-ending attack on the ocean. So it makes sense to set aside some areas where people can actually go and see like pristine ecosystems. Oh, I don't know if we'll ever have a pristine ecosystem again, but if you protect an area, fish populations will recover because they spawn so regularly and so often, so many. And so they're able to rejuvenate their populations very quickly. And so them areas can become very beautiful very quickly. And so it's attractive for snorkelers, for divers, for people in general that just want to be in the ocean.
And not only for that, I guess the sea life that relies on the fish for food.
Yeah, exactly. Well, exactly, because if you start off with a barren area and then all of a sudden you have like you attract a few small fish in that area, then all of a sudden you'll have some bigger fish, and then some bigger fish, and then some bigger fish. And then all of a sudden you have this beautiful ecosystem again. Yeah. So it's doable, it's possible. It's just we need to put our attention on that instead of fishing.
nurture it.
How overwhelming do you ladies find it? Because not only is the ocean bloody huge, the business within the ocean having a negative impact on the ocean is even more huge, which means your battle is astronomical. How do you stop yourselves from kind of, and obviously Emily, you've come from, when you was in LA, I'm really bad with Estados Unidos geography. Is that kind of beach side as well?
Yeah,
I was in okay. I was just
yeah.
We come from different cities.
Yeah, from the Pacific, the Atlanta, and the Atlantic, and the Gulf. Yes. Yeah. Great question. The other day, actually, if you don't mind me sharing.
Yeah.
Okay. The other day.
What are you gonna share?
Yes, yeah. About we were on a beach and we were actually recording on a project that we are submitting to, and when I had came into this space, Angela was really upset, and she was crying about what had happened with the endangered species of the white rhinos. And Addis came in, and we all just sat and we listened, and we had a powerful moment of supporting Angela in that space. And it was tough. It was tough to receive that information. It's tough when our friends crying, and when we are trying so very hard to work on a fight of creating awareness in this space, that it can also, our ups are our ups and our downs and our downs, and we are creating a good balance with the three of us in that space. Yeah.
Did you know that, Jaden, that the white rhino went extinct?
It's gone extinct. I knew it was going to, but I didn't know it was so quick.
Yeah, and so I had a bit of a rough time dealing with that, because I was just like, because it's always a shock when you hear something like that, because you don't expect animals to go extinct nowadays. I don't know why, because we have so many forms of protecting them, and we have the potential to create these protective areas to help animal populations rejuvenate, but it's just, I don't know.
I don't want to go on about like too much about the negatives of, but no, although it's relevant. But I know for me as well, when I first came to Mexico and saw the unbelievable, I'm from England, where you rarely, if you see a cat or a dog on the street, it's because it's escaped from your granny's house. I mean, that is it, So I'd come to a place where I ended up feeding groups of 50 to 60 dogs a night in the center of Cuernavaca, where I first lived. And when you see the macheted dogs, and the dogs ridden with TVT, and the dogs with distemper, and they've got ticks, and that started me getting interested and passionate about. I've always been a nature boy. That was the only nature, animals, insects were the only things that kind of understood me when I was a kid. I was never in a particular social group. So I think I was 6 or 7 years old, and while everyone was playing Star Wars, Action Man, and Barbie, I had my own nature club, and we would go into the fields and draw chrysalises. And did you?
I had an environmental pressure group.
Okay, yours was a little bit more woke, sister. No, mine was nature club, and we would go and draw caterpillars and kind of find out what butterflies or moths they would turn into. And I was always doing that. I was like the weird one of school. But when I started getting into animal rescue here and really kind of looking into the depravity, to the abuse, to the intense amounts of inhumane actions made towards animals, it really, and I'm going to have to swear, but it really fucked up my mental health even more than it was already. And the hardest thing for me was to step back and say, look, I've got 30 animals here that I've rescued. If there is a chance for me to go to heaven, there's a good chance I've got it. Just because I know a couple of these have all had really shitty life stories because of humans. But at the same time, I almost had to emotionally blank a lot of other needs, because the need was, not only was it overwhelming, but it was so destructive. And because I found myself most days like, I can't believe a human would break the legs of a puppy and hot tar it to a road, or, you know, and you kind of see all these different things. What do you have in place that stops you from getting completely overwhelmed emotionally from the passion? Because obviously with the passion, it's we want to save, and when you can't save, how do you deal with that?
We lost
Hola.
you.
I still got you though. Did you hear me though?
No, you were just froze like this. Your question was, how do
you stop yourself from getting completely overwhelmed by your passion to save?
Well, by expressing it, like for instance, the tears were a form for us to be able to express it, like to have a moment and just like sit in it, you know, so that it can pass, so that we can stay positive in that space.
And I think to know that we're doing our best, right? What do you think, Ade?
Yeah, the same, that we are doing our best. We try to get friends who are in the same path and trying to look after the nature. And I think this is the support.
Yeah.
So,
And well, we know we're making a difference.
Yeah.
So if we weren't here, you know, it would be less kids learning about nature and becoming possibly the next marine biologists and zoologists and marine policy specialists. And, you know, they're going to make big changes because they're developing the passion now. And that's because we're teaching them.
yeah, exactly. And we are talking about the problems that are happening, so they can be aware. They don't need to wait until 20 years old to understand that they are taking action now.
And that's why we're trying to create little activists. So our project is not just a class on the beach. It's actually getting them involved in activism. And this is friendly activism. This is like learning how to use their voice, right? It's going to local businesses and saying, hey, we don't like the fact that people are putting sun cream on and then going in the ocean. Can we put one of these signs outside your restaurant so that people can see why they shouldn't use sun cream? So they're using their voice, they're approaching people, they're developing confidence, they're gaining knowledge. So it's not just a class.
Yeah.
It's like a training, you know, it's training them to be spokespersons for the ocean.
Yeah.
I'm speaking from the heart.
So hopefully some of them will be the restaurant, the cafe, and the hotel owners in 20 years' time anyway.
Exactly.
Sorry, Emily, what were you going to say?
Well, they're speaking from their heart. Like we're planting the seeds of encouragement and self-confidence and going into the water, learning about the animals, moving their body, you know. Sometimes we become stagnant. So it's important for us to be able to express in the water, blowing bubbles, learning about the animals with different type of creative activities. Art is a wonderful way to express and to learn about themselves, but it also is a wonderful way to plant the seeds for them to become, you know, whatever it is that their heart desires.
That's amazing. Yeah. How long have you guys been running now?
I started We Love the Sea in 2020 during COVID, when I realized there was a lot of kids coming here from different countries and they had nowhere to go, and all these parents were like just putting like desperate messages on Facebook like, where can I take my children? We've just packed everything and left Canada or America or Germany. And I worked on a project in South Africa in 2017 with 10 kids from the townships. And it was something very similar, working with kids from under-resourced communities and training them to become the next oceans, you know, champions. And I was just so passionate about having my own project after that. So I was like, okay, all these people need somewhere for their kids to go. I'm just going to create a project. And so I created We Love the Sea. And then us girls have been working together for like 6 months now, like on the project, on like as a.
I'm starting in 2024.
2020, yeah, 2023.
No, Addis started. Addis was the
the
second to join, and then myself was the third.
Yeah, I don't even know.
It's just like one long weekend when you're doing what you're passionate about, right?
I saw Angela's TED Talk, and I was like, oh,
Me too, actually. I was pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, empowering. That was awesome. The leader.
Yeah, that was really good. It was
Thank
really,
you.
really good. You're
I
welcome.
cried.
You ain't bad for a Brit.
Thanks.
So where do you see the future of this? What are your plans? What are you working on at the moment? And how do you want this to progress? Like, how are you seeing things kind of changing and evolving?
I guess we were talking about this yesterday. We've got so many things that we're planning right now, but one thing that we really want to develop is a scholarship program. So we want to be able to invite kids from like the public schools and that they can come and, you know, because right now we have 5 kids that don't pay anything, and to be able to enable us to pay for their equipment, their books, blah blah, and materials, etc., for them, we have other, you know, like different prices for other people coming, expats, tourists, locals. Everything has a different price. Everyone has a different price. So that funds these kids. But what we want to do is find like long-term funding so that we can create programs for the schools so that the kids can come, whether it be in the school time, after the school program, whatever. So they don't pay and they stay with us for 1 year or 6 months or whatever. We're still trying to work out the kinks and stuff. But that's what we want. We want there to be no barrier for the local kids to be able to learn about their environment, because at the end of the day, we can teach people that come in and out, but they're not the ones that are going to be here to protect the resources in the end. So we really are very passionate, aren't we, about teaching the local kids and doing it for nothing, but we do need funding for that. So it's something that we're working on, but I'm sure you know that funding is very few and far between, because I don't know why, but a healthy environment is not on everyone's priority. I don't know why. You think it would be? Yeah, I mean, we get 70% of our oxygen, our food, our water, our medicines from the ocean. You'd think it would be a high priority, but it's not, unfortunately.
Well, it's the same if you look at deforestation.
Right, exactly.
It's getting hotter. Fires are happening.
Yeah. So that's one thing that we're working on. Do you want to talk about something else that we're working on? The teens group?
Well, so the children that are working within the program are called Marine Warriors. So that is
after me.
Yes. Yes.
Show your tattoo.
So it's so the program has been named. It's Marine Warriors and
Teenagers.
The teenagers. Yeah, well, it's important. Obviously, we work with children that are from 5 to 12 years old. So we're starting a teenage program to where the children can actually be in a different bracket. So the teenagers are socializing. It's important for children to socialize within their actual age group, especially nowadays too, because we're always on the So we have started another program that is in the works called Rewilding the Soul. And so it's basically the sea meets the land. And so the sea creatures also, now we get to learn about plants as well as animals within that jungle, which is really awesome because it is a symbiotic biodiversity, happy biodiversity day from yesterday experience. So it's not only the ocean, but it's also the soil, the tierra.
Connect.
Yeah. For sure.
And like Emily was saying about the teens, we're hoping to teach them to scuba dive as well, because we think that's something that is just such a wow factor, because we did something for Earth Day. We did a big celebration for Earth Day, and the kids got gifts as prizes for being amazing on the day. And they got bubble maker courses. So that's just like playing around in a pool with a tank and a regulator. And they loved it so much. They were like, oh my God, we have to teach these kids to dive, you know? So, but again, that's on the list of the funding list. And do you want to say anything? Anything that we're doing?
I think
the eco tours?
the eco tours. Bueno, sí, we already have some eco tours, and we're going to extend it into the workshop, but I think you are better too.
Okay, so we're going to do, so basically we're working on eco tours, because tourism here is a little bit massive and it can be very intense. And so right now I do like stuff in Akumal, but I do it in small groups, and I teach them all about the turtles. They learn all about the nesting, the processes, the threats, and what they can do when they get back home to help the turtles. And so we've just developed a research expedition with whale sharks, and we're working with Rafa de la Parra. He's a scientist, whale shark scientist that's been studying whale sharks here for 30 years.
Wow.
And so this tour is going to be actually going out with him and doing science with him and helping him like take measurements of the sharks, take samples, and basically just helping him with whatever research he's doing that day. And that money, and it's not that much more expensive than doing a normal tour here, that money goes towards his research and also a little bit towards our scholarship program. So that's we've just launched it today. So that's another thing that we're working on. So basically, we're developing a lot of stuff, and we have so many ideas, and I can just see like We Love the Sea just growing and growing and growing and growing.
Yeah, and thank you.
From Unam.
What?
Do you get support from Unam up the road?
No, we don't. We haven't worked with UNAM. We should though, because obviously they're just there, and you know, it's a university. Marine biologists are there, and like we have a lot of things that we should be doing. It's just time, Jaden, honestly, because working with kids and all the stuff that we're doing, we're trying to get everything like very organized. Because I'm not so organized. And so that's why I'm very grateful to have Addis and Emily, because Emily's like this amazing admin, and Addis is this social media queen. And you know, all my posts in the past were just like so terrible. And Addis is amazing, and Emily is amazing, and like we all have these awesome skills. And as a trio, it's just, you know, we're going to create some magic. But everything just takes time. You know, we're just following the steps.
Yeah. See, because we want to do the things like good, so we are doing the things little by little.
Yeah.
And if not, we're going to get overwhelming. So it's better like this.
Yeah. We have a little task every day, but at the same time, because this doesn't bring us money, right? We do this because we're passionate about the project. So we have to find our ways of putting food on the table too.
Living, yeah.
So, you know, we have the balance of running the project, doing obviously social media takes up such a long time. All the back office stuff takes such a long time. And I write the grants. And grant writing is forever a process. And, you know, maybe we'll get one day. We will. Like change that mindset.
Yeah.
Sagittarian moon, positivity and hopes. Absolutely will. You just declared it.
And we're asking in this space right now, we're asking for you, Nam, to support us, like hear us in this actual podcast. And we are ready and open and willing to work with you. We want to expand our knowledge, and we would love to have other people involved in that space. Yeah,
we would love to work with other collaborators, other scientists, and especially if they're willing to come and teach the kids as well, you know, because they're just like sponges. They're absorbing everything, you know. And so it would be great, you know, because we all have our knowledge, but I'm, you know, I'm a specialist in sharks. So I mean, I can talk to them about sharks all day, and everyone. I bore people all the time, but it would be good if other people wanted to come in and share their knowledge. Like we're hoping to have someone come and teach them about turtles on Sunday, because today is World Turtle Day. So we want them to learn so much from other people. So if there's anyone watching and you want to come, please, you are very welcome.
You hear the ladies, guys, and also, if there's anyone watching that feels they can contribute financially to the growing of this, that also would be.
Please.
Every peso helps, right?
Yeah. Thank you.
So tell me, have you got, Angela, I know you have, but I still want to talk about it. Emily, have you got a favourite sea creature?
I love the porcupine fish.
They're dangerous.
Yeah. No.
Are they not?
Only eat them.
Yes, only if you eat them. Mm-hmm.
They can kill 30 adults.
Yep.
Yep.
So this is your favourite because it can kill 30 adults?
But the dolphins
Because they're so
use
misunderstood.
The dolphins use it as a
like-
psychedelic experience as well too. When they blow up, their toxins are secreted, and then it's a way of them creating like a psychedelic experience that they can all share together. And then they're like in this little pod,
They-
like, going up in circles.
I think Emily's had too many psychedelic experiences.
I'm kidding. There's like a couple of mushrooms have been taken in the past or something.
No, but they're really cute too as well. Like when you see them swimming,
Yeah.
they're super
They're
shy.
beautiful.
They
They are
hide
super
underneath the
shy.
rocks. We saw actually, I saw a group of them, like three of
Uh-huh,
them
like
the
a
other day
family.
swimming.
Yeah, they have these big eyes. They look
Yeah.
like gold. Have you seen them?
Oh yes, they're
Yeah.
beautiful. They're beautiful. Addis, what's your fave?
I have a lot, but right now I love the whales.
Hmm.
The whales. See, I want to go.
I'm kind of all about that. Is it the whale sharks look amazing as well?
Ah, yeah,
Yes.
they are amazing.
Okay, I have a question for you. Is the whale shark a whale or a shark?
Shark.
Oh, very good. Well done. You'd be surprised at how many people say whale.
No, I actually used to be fascinated by sharks when I was a kid as well. So the hammerhead was always my favourite as well, because I believe that's your favourite. But they just, I think, because I'm a little bit on the autistic spectrum, it all kind of went a bit wrong after I watched Jaws.
Oh, I took that time like that's was the worst thing ever. But it's amazing how easily you can change the perspective of someone just by giving them some different knowledge. Like this morning, I did a talk for 30 odd kids in Calle 15, Arbol school, and I asked them at the beginning to write down the words that they associate with the shark. When I say shark, what do they think about? And they had some very dark words like blood, savage, killer, you know, all these horrible words. And then I talked to them an hour and showed them videos and talked about their senses and what's happening to them, why they're endangered, why we should protect them. And then after, I asked them to write their words down again, and it was all like cute, endangered, beautiful, important. And so
Lovely
just
tea.
but just by talking to them for an hour about the real, what a shark really is, you can change the perspective, you know?
Yeah.
Compassion.
I have to ask you, Megalodon.
The
What,
kids
does it
always
exist?
ask for
They
that.
always say,
Do you think?
It's the
no.
perfect conversation of the kids.
Yeah.
Megalodon.
No,
You don't think it still exists?
no. I don't have any
never know.
reason for saying that other than no one's seen it. So I mean, like, we only have discovered 5% of the deep ocean. We know more about the moon than we do about the ocean. So I guess there is a possibility that it could still be there.
I think that's why the ocean's so scary as well, because it's such an unknown entity. Apart from paddling up to your knees and doing the occasional snorkel thing, you know, and then you see squid and barracuda and stuff like that, and automatically you're starting to think, well, actually, they can be a little bit gnarly, and you start to see, well, what about all that we haven't discovered yet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have you seen the Humboldt squids?
No.
You've never seen the video of the Humboldt squids? You
No.
should watch. Oh, they're vicious. They come up.
Is that
in
on
swarms.
Pacific side?
They're all. I think they're from the deep ocean. Don't worry, they're not in Puerto Morelos.
No, you hope not.
But they come up in like hundreds and hundreds, and they've been known to attack people. They have these really, really sharp beaks.
Are they also
And they-
called the devilfish?
The devil squid.
The devil squid.
Yes,
Yes.
They call them the devil squid. They're really, really nasty. But the squids that we have here are so beautiful. I love squids. I don't eat them.
I love all squids and octopus too.
Yeah, no, I actually, I live, is it 5 kilometers from the sea? And I haven't seen the sea since December.
Oh, you miss out. You miss
I'm
out.
so missing out. I hear your sister. So I do need a trip. I actually would. I'm scared of heights, so I would never do a skydive. But I would poo myself. But I still think I would go down in a large cage with sharks.
Well, you don't need the cage.
You do if it's a great white.
Oh yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't get in the water with a great white.
Yeah, I'm not going to tap that on the nose and hope it flies away. Like, oh my
I'm with a lot of sharks though, and they've been like, no, I mean, look, I have all my fingers, toes. I won't show you my toes, but I have them all.
I found it interesting, and going back to what we said earlier in the chat, was, you know, to save one life is sacred. So even if you can only save one life, you have done more than probably 90% of the planet would ever be able to do, or ever want to do, maybe. So even by saving one life, whether that is a marine animal or a human that is possibly going to grow up to save thousands of lives, is sacred. I mean, you cannot do better than what you're doing. And also, I saw this kind of thing about why they call it shark-infested waters when it's their home.
I know. It makes me laugh every time I see that. I'm like, human-infested waters.
Human-infested bloody waters, yeah. I remember seeing this, I think it was in, I don't know, my geography is so bad, but I think it was like the beach in Rio, if there's a beach in Rio. And you just could not see the sea for bobbing heads, and it just looked like a sopa de tortilla. Like, you couldn't even see the soap. It was just, the soup is just tortillas and aguacate and chilies and everything like this. And it was the same with the sea. You couldn't even see the sea. It was just lots of floating human croutons.
Lots of floating what?
Human croutons.
Human.
That's all it was. It was just like, wow. I just found that really quite sad.
That's why I think, like, people think that, well, I like to call them shark-human interactions, not attacks, because they're not attacking. You know, it's like they're curious, they want to know what it is, they take a bite because that's how they test things. And usually, often, because if it's a bull shark, tiger shark, or a white shark, they have these huge mouth. Yeah, and a lot of teeth. So, you know, they often sever a limb, and then this person will bleed. And unfortunately, sometimes they die. But only on average 6 people die a year. But humans kill around 100 million sharks, 11,500 per hour. But that's only the reported ones. So it could be up to 275 million if we were to count everything. But what I'm saying is that now people say that there's more of these attacks, interactions, but I don't think it is, because I've actually spoken to scientists about this, and it's not. It's just that there's more people in the water, and there's more people seeing things and hearing things, and there's more people like being close to sharks and stuff. And so obviously there's more chance of these interactions happening, but the actual recorded deaths have not increased.
I guess as well because of the state of the climate, whether it's because of climate change or for whatever reasons. I mean, the climate's constantly changing. It has done since there's been a climate, I guess. Obviously, you know, tides are going to change, currents are going to change, temperatures are going to change. So you're going to find animals and sharks and whales a little bit misplaced. You know, there's been a white shark spotted off the coast of the south coast of England many years ago.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So,
So it says also too, like, the more it heats up, the more agitated we are. Like, for instance, when we get hot, we get slightly agitated, right? So if the entire planet is warming up, there's going to be animals and people in the ocean that are going to be slightly more agitated because they're in more survival rather than
like me when I don't drink my coffee.
You're a Brit. That should be a cup of tea.
Or a cup of tea.
Wow. Okay, so last but by no means least, Angela, your fave creature.
Mine, hammerhead shark. It's so wonderful.
It's cuddly teddy bear, hammerhead shark.
It's like the most beautiful animal in the world. I mean, I love all animals. Honestly, I really love all animals. But the hammerhead for me is just, it's to see it in the water. And you know, I lived in the Bahamas, so I used to swim with them all the time, free dive with them. And some of them were massive, you know, like so big, but they are just like perfect, like the way they swim, the way they move, they're so gentle, their mouths.
The little mouth.
Yeah, they have small mouths. And my friend used to be a shark feeder out there. So he would just take, and they would come and they would swim off, like just like ladies,
Elegant.
Elegant, yes. So elegant, so elegant. And just very misunderstood, because even here people are like, we get very excited when we see the sightings of the great hammerheads in Cozumel, because now they're increasing, because obviously there's less fishing in Isla Mujeres. So that is having an impact on the shark populations around the whole of this area. And people are like, oh, hammerheads, and like panicking about it, and they don't even know anything about that animal. That animal loves to eat eagle rays. It loves to eat stingrays, maybe a few fish here and there. But their mouths are so tiny. They're so frightened of humans. It's unreal. And you're very lucky if you get to spend time with a hammerhead.
And they are super sensitive.
And very sensitive. And also their populations in the last 50 years have declined by almost 90%. They're critically endangered. And we have a good population of hammerheads here. So we're very lucky, even though they've been fished and fished and fished. So we shouldn't be worrying about, oh, there's a hammerhead in the water. We should be celebrating.
Yeah.
We should be celebrating it.
Do you not think this is normal human behavioural tactics anyway? Anything we're not sure of, anything we're not have an understanding of, our ignorance fears it, and we just put it down and disrespect it.
Absolutely.
And it just shocks.
Yeah, the fear of the unknown. That's why a lot of people don't go in the water, because they don't know what's out there. But if they were to go and put their head in there, they probably would never come out.
I have to admit, I love it. I get a bit seasick, which I lived on a boat for 5 years, so I don't know why I get seasick, but I do get a bit seasick recently. So I've not been snorkeling for a while, but I would literally float for hours checking out what I can find. If there was an occasional sunk 500 pesos, that was even more amazing. But I always would like turn around and start swimming back and thinking, wow, that's a big ocean behind me. That would be like going out there when I'm facing, I can see what might be coming. I don't fear it at all. But the minute I turn my little white ass round and I'm flipping back to the shore, I'm like, wow, that's a lot of space behind me.
I mean, no, a lot of people are just concerned because they can't see what's down there, right? That's why I think it's good to get people in the masks and snorkels and just like go and see what's out there, and you will be overwhelmed by the beauty, and then slowly fear disappears.
It's like the swimming lessons.
And observe.
Yeah.
See.
So start at ankle deep, get your feet wet. And start in shallow water. And, the more you get confident, the more you'll start to spread your wings and get a little bit deeper.
Or spread your fins.
Spread your fins and fly. See, I'm Piscean, so I feel at home.
Me too.
Yeah, what do you say?
Soy Pisces.
So
for me, Pisces. So for me, like the water is my home. And for me, I can't go and sit next to it because my need to be in it is so great, it can actually piss me really off if I can't get in. So I only go there if I know I can get into that water because I need that. And actually for me, it's almost like when you plug your phone back into a charger, sometimes there's nothing else I need more than to be underwater in that sea. It's almost like complete, on a spiritual level, for me, it's almost like a complete charge, cleanse, everything. And I really, because I haven't been there for over 5 months now, I'm really feeling that.
Well, that's good. We actually were speaking about that. So every day when you connect at least 5 to 10 minutes on the ground, whether it's in the ocean or anything that is not concrete foundation, your whole your blood, it starts to thin. Because as we're like our feet are on concrete or we're in the city or whatnot, like our our bodies are meant to be at that magnetic field. Like we're meant to be touching the ground or touching the sand, and our body starts to work more in flow when we do that.
Yeah, it's really important. I actually do a meditation. This is going completely off the charity, but my thing is I like getting in the water until I'm up to about here. And then it's only for 5 minutes, but it's my recharge. I put all my concentration of how my feet feel in the sand. So that's earth and connection. And then how I can feel where I've been splashed by the water, how I feel the wind touching my face, with the bits that are wet, especially because it feels cooler. So that's air. And then how I feel the sun burning my skin is fire. And then obviously how my body feels when I'm semi-floating, when I have the bobbing up and down of the wave and the water lapping up against me. I just do that for 5 minutes and it's complete reconnection for me. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Ladies, I thank you so much for what you're doing. And long may you reign.
What's that?
Long may you reign.
Thank you.
Where can people find you?
Well, we have Facebook page, we have Instagram, our website. You have everything, or shall I?
No,
www.
absolutely.
WeLoveTheSea.org, and then we have We Love the Sea Facebook page, and We Love the Sea Instagram.
Perfect.
And you can just come down to the beach and find us every Sunday at 9:30 till 12:30 outside in front of my Paradise Club. We're there every week.
Fantastic. Yeah. Okay, kids at home, you've met these wonderful ladies. You've heard all about them. You've heard all about porcupine fish, hammerheads, and wait, I've got it.
Whales.
And whales. I was going to say whale sharks, but then I kind of thought it's not whale sharks, but yeah, and whales. You see how these ladies roll. I urge you, before you finish a cup of tea and cheese sandwich, not only to go and find them on their social media platforms, but also to go and show some support, be it financial, be it supportive in words and deeds, or if you are someone that has knowledge about the sea and you want to share some of that knowledge with the ladies, possibly even the kids, then please get in touch with these ladies here. You've seen underneath this interview where you can find them. You can also find all their addresses on the title page as well. Emily, Angela, Addis, you're bloody lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll see you on your bike soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, ladies. Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
Bye. Thank you so much, ladies, for being part of this show. Not only do we love the sea, but we also love the sea. I can't believe it's not butter. I know what's going on in my head. It's quite random. But anyway, thank you, ladies, for watching it. Thank you, you beautiful people at home, for taking time out again on your Sunday to check out the show and to also allow me to introduce to you some wonderful people. Before you have finished with your computer for tonight, please go and find them on their Instagram and Facebook and check out their .org site as well. If you can show some support with knowledge that you have or with finances that you have, then please get onto them immediately. Thank you so much for being part of my Sunday. I am already looking forward to seeing you next Sunday on my show with another fantastic episode. I can hardly wait to see you again next Sunday as well. While you're at it and you're hanging around the computer, come and find me on my social media platforms as well. And I ask you so much, please subscribe to this channel. Please tell all your friends, your neighbors, your family, and even your enemies to do the same. Lots of YouTube followers means lots of people take this show more seriously and all my guests get a little bit more viewing. That would be wonderful. You take care. Have a blessed new week. Be safe. Stay beautiful. And I'm going to leave you with a bit of music from a 1990s pop group where there was a very handsome, skinny, blonde lead singer called Jaden Cornelious. This is B-YOND. This is The Key. I'll see you next week.
Without you, I never doubt you. I think of you every day, yeah, yeah. Oh, you're my new love. You are my only true love. And every night I pray for you, since there I found setting your spirit free. Love will turn the key. Oh yeah, don't ever go, stay with me. You are like a star, shining so bright, even in the darkest night. Oh, and every tear I cried, and every dream that died, I never had to ask you why. 'Cause I know that you are in my life, right here beside me. Oh, if I should fall, you'll be there to hold me in your arms, soothe me and keep me safe from all harm. Only love will turn the key, opening up your heart and soul, setting your spirit free. Love will turn the key. Oh yeah, don't ever go, stay with me. And I feel a true devotion in my heart, deeper than I ever knew. Give me hope and true direction, show me love and real affection. Everything I do, I